Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are tuning in. My name is Rachel Goldsworthy, and I'm on a journey to improve my life by 2 millimeters each and every week, and I want to do that with you. How are you? Are you well? Are you rested after the weekend? What have you been up to? What did I do on the weekend? I had a lovely weekend. I rested, and I think that was the key. I rested, and I also went out to breakfast with the folks, and big shout out to Second Home Cafe. They were lovely. Always, one of the cafes in Windsor. They're always good to go and visit. You always get a good feed. Also the Windsor Farm. There you go. You get a little bit of mint. That's my new favourite thing too. I pick a little bit of mint. You can almost smell it on the live, can't you? And all you need to do is literally roll it up like that, and then you chop it through the centre. And you can either put it in a cup of hot water for tea, or you can put it in a cup of soda water. I add a little bit of stevia. That always makes for a beautiful, refreshing drink at the end of a day. Gosh, it smells so delicious. But yeah, just twisting it and playing with that mint, you can really smell the mint. It doesn't matter what herb it is, whether it's rosemary that you put on your lamb or your potatoes or your thyme. I got some lemon thyme as well. Local, like literally $4. You can buy a $4 bunch of mint from Coles or Woolworths. But if you buy it from the local boys and girls, you basically get, I love herbs. I love my herbs. So you can get mint, you can get lemon thyme, I got some Vietnamese basil, I got some basil, I got all sorts of bits and pieces. I just popped it in a trough of a garden, and they're just easy to pick. Bit of parsley, bit of continental parsley and curly parsley. And then I pop them in my scrambled eggs or in my omelette or whatever it is that I'm making. So really nice and easy, great way to do it. $4 from literally the Windsor, the farm markets there, or the gardens are in the markets on the Sundays. There's so many beautiful things to buy as well. So I implore you to travel on down. We've got the new mall as well. They've done all the renovations to the mall, so it's wonderful to see, and just good to get out and amongst it all. And a bit of sunshine on the weekend too. You can obviously tell that summer's on its way, but we're going to enjoy the spring as it was, because summer will come here before we even realise it. So anyway, that was my weekend. But last week was a bit sad. We had to lay to rest a very good family friend, and somebody that had been a constant in all our lives for, well, as long as I've been going to dog shows. I think the hardest thing about losing people is just losing them, This was Leanne. Beautiful person, and I get a bit upset, I do, because it's sad to lose people, but it's also, you look at their life and what they did and who they were to you as a person. And honestly, like, she was just a wonderful, wonderful person, and way too young to be lost. But as the universe, God, whoever it might be, has it, it was her time. And it makes you think about things. Like, I got home from that funeral, and each and every time you go to a funeral, it never gets any easier, does it? You think about the people that you have in your life. You think about the people that you've lost in your life. You think about the people, whether it's work or personal. And then you think about the wonderful person that you're going to celebrate their life, and who they were, and who they were to you, who they were to their community, who they were to their family. And Leanne was a special person. She really was. She was, I don't know, so many wonderful speeches on the day, and it still upsets me, because every person that we lose There's no recoverability. There's no, once they're gone, that's it. There's no recoverability. And I guess when I came home from that funeral, I thought of all the things, all the wonderful things that she'd done and achieved as a person, all of the wonderful support that she provided to the Scottish Terrier Club and the community of the Scottish Terrier Club, because it's such a wonderful community that the Scottish Terrier Club is. And she was the secretary of the Scottish Terrier Club, and she brought so much wisdom, so much fun, so much clarity, so much knowledge, so much community, that she just made everybody in the room feel special. And I think you have to remember them for who they were and what they were to everybody. And sorry, I probably almost end up into a blubbering mess doing this, but I don't think it gets any easier when you go to funerals. Like everyone that you go to, and as you get older, you realise your time is limited on this earth. And so that got me thinking. I sat down with the puppy dogs when I got home. And I thought, what? Like Leanne lived such a full life. She'd travelled the world. She had beautiful friends and family. She had achieved so much in the canine world, in the Scottish Terrier Club. She was an accomplished marriage celebrant. She, sister, auntie, you know, just so many things to so many people. And she was like an auntie to all of us, you know. Like I grew up with her at the dog shows, and probably, I want to say, well, I'm 55. So probably as soon as I went to a dog show, which would have been in my first year, knowing mum and dad, I would have met Leanne at some point, and her sister Karen. And Karen spoke beautifully at the funeral. And you've all probably lost somebody that was, you know, meant a great deal to you. And it also makes you think about mortality in your own life, and what contribution that we are making. What contribution am I making to other people's lives, and what impact that you're going to leave with those people, whether it's your puppy dogs, or whether it's your family, or whether it's your work colleagues, or whether it's your community that you live within, or whether it's the World Wide Web, whatever that may be. And I came back home after the funeral, and I sat down and I was thinking, you know, well, what is this all about? You know, because you ask yourself those questions when these sorts of tragedies strike. And Leanne was only 68, so it was very young to lose somebody, and it was very unexpected. And I'm sure, like I know a lot of clients have lost family members, and have family members that have been struggling with different health issues, and my thoughts and prayers go out to each and every one of you. But when I got home from the funeral, I sat down and I thought about, okay, well, what is this all about? As I always do, you know, I always reflect on things that happen in your life and why they happen, and I think everything does happen for a reason. But when I sat down, the dogs, and I don't mean to, I'm not going to go all too woo-woo on you, but I don't know what you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, nothing at all. But it doesn't matter, because I came home from this funeral and I was sitting down talking to the dogs, and Bruce, my boy, my little Scottish Terrier, pardon me, he was staring off into the corner, and I'm thinking, what are you looking at? And I don't know what it was, but I looked into the corner and I went, oh, gee, is that people from the other side, that the dogs can see those people and they're communicating to us in some way, shape or form? Or is it just Bruce looking into the corner of the house in some way, shape or form? Or is it me just thinking, wanting to believe that there's somebody on the other side trying to communicate? And then in the same moment, I had this word come into my thought process, and the word was start. And funnily enough, I basically just thought about what I'd done over my life. And it doesn't matter, whether you've traveled or whether you haven't, or whether you've got a business or you don't, whether you've got a family or you don't. You are you. You can't be truer than you. Your authentic self, whoever that may be. But in life, the key to winning, I believe, is progress. And if you don't start, you won't be able to fail or make progress or win. And it doesn't matter whether you fail, make progress or win. It's just a matter of starting. Because as John Kabat-Zinn said, the perfect moment is this one. And I think that's so true in life, because sometimes we think, I'll wait until I get fit to go to the gym. I'll wait to learn a new hobby of stand-up paddleboarding until I get my balance so I don't look like a goose when I get on the water and fall in the water. I'll start eating healthy before I go and see that dietitian so that they won't think that I've got no idea what I'm doing. All of those voices in your head that you may speak about. Now, I don't know what that is for you, whether it's becoming a parent for the first time and thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do all of this, but just start. I don't know whether it's a conversation that you have with one of your workers. Bruce is having a bit of a scratch in his bed down there. You're going to come up and say hello, Brucey? Come on, come and say hello. Or whether it's a conversation you want to have with somebody on the street, or whether it's somebody that you haven't spoken to for a while and you just want to say hello, you pick up the phone and just start. So start something fun, whether it's today, tomorrow, or whatever that time is. But I think the duality of life...
DJ, Jeffrey Gibson or Gemma Healy.
As you can tell, these are pre-recorded at sometimes. And sometimes we get messages from people. So what I'm saying to you is, maybe just start. If you're thinking about doing something, whether it's a new hobby, whether it's going up to the Windsor Mall and getting some mint, or cutting yourself some mint off this mint and making yourself some mint tea with a bit of boiling water, or a little bit of a refreshing drink to do what you want to do, and, all those sorts of things. So it's a really good thing to do. And I think the main thing is that the perfect moment is this one. So just start. Whatever that is for you, I want you to start something that you've been thinking about starting. Don't worry if you're going to fail. Don't worry if you're going to make progress. Don't worry if you're going to be successful. People like me will cheer you on regardless of where you're at and what you're doing. And that's what community is all about. It's all about enjoying the journey together. And that's why I started these 2 millimeters, is because I love catching up with each and every one of you. I love hearing about your stories. I love hearing about how you started, whether it's your business, whether it's a family, whether it's a new house, whether it's personal items that you're doing. I'm not too sure. It might be organising your house. It might be getting your house ready for sale. It might be preparing the strata plan for bigger and better things. It could be any number of things. But I just thought I'd share that with you because I thought that was a really powerful message. The perfect moment is this one. So just start. With that being said, I hope everybody has a good week ahead. Take care of yourselves and each other, and look forward to catching up with you on the next video. Don't forget to start. Bye for now.